going, guys? But yeah. Alright guys, how is it going? So, once again, I've introed a clip like that, and it's just like, I ask you. I don't know why, I asked you that. And it's like, what's going on, guys? But yeah, and it's just so pointless to intro like that, because I'm obviously not going to get a reply, am I? Unless you leave a comment, which is, I guess, I don't know if you want to leave a comment, but it's not really needed. But anyways, welcome to episode 2 of series 2. So today, starting off with me planting some, yes, I remember what I was doing. I was actually, I wasn't actually getting my witch doctor mask back this early. I didn't lose it this time, so that's kind of cool. But I was getting myself some more Juju farming pots because I was running low, and when I farm, I don't know, but I'm going to be farming quite a lot throughout this series, and I'll just tell you now, well, I think most of you, I don't know if I said this last episode, but I believe I did, but I'm going to go for a small sub-goal. While I do this series, there's going to be loads of small sub-goals, which aren't really important towards the series, which I'm going to be doing, and one of those is to try and earn 10,000 Snapdragon seeds purely from planting herbs, and after that, I think I might do just like 10,000 toad flax or something, and obviously, when I get to the 10,000 mark, I will sell them, but pretty much, that's like a 70 mil that's just going to stack up slowly at the side of my bank, which I'm not going to notice that much, which means if I ever do lose my bank, like if I go high risk to try to triple it and lose it all, I've got like, let's say 32 mil of Snapdragons in the bank just chilling there, which I'm like, yes, backup money for the win. But I don't know if if I ever will, well, if I get clean, it'd suck, but I don't know if I would actually sell the hearse before I hit the 10,000. I much prefer to hit those. Now, I want to say, my chair makes a lot of noise. You can hear that. It's quite annoying, so I do apologise for that. Like, sometimes when I do this commentary, I sometimes like end up leaning back, because I do, like, practically I sit here and do nothing for 15 minutes except talk and watch the clips that I'm actually playing over. But I don't really want to commentate over every single, like, it'd be so boring. Like, right now I am going to go get a Slayer task, and I got some Ganodermic creatures after making some extreme potions, which is a huge waste of time on this extreme potions because it is a magic task, so yeah, it'd be kind of boring. But yeah, Ganodermics was my first Slayer task of this series, and I would have to say that's probably the best Slayer task I could get, because I can make a good 2 mil from that. Now, something I want to quickly talk about, if you're going to leave any comments to this video, please leave a comment on this one. Now, I have around 2,000 Slayer points that I've got now. What should I do with these? Should I just spend them all on Slayer experience, the 10k thing, or should I keep them and be able to skip tasks already? Now, every task I do, I get 12 points for. I don't need to reset the fact that I need to do the first 5 for no points, because obviously I'm still on a Slayer streak, and I don't really want to ruin that Slayer streak. It's kind of something I don't want to do, but overall, I have 2,000 Slayer points. Should they be added to the series, or shouldn't they be? So far, I believe, actually, I didn't say this, but at the start of that clip, it does say I skipped a task. That was me actually skipping the task that I had prior to actually starting the series. I believe that task was actually a Jad task. That kind of lame. That's good Slayer experience there. But yeah, I wasn't skipping a bad task. I was skipping a Jad task that I actually had before I started this series, because I didn't want to start on a task I already had. So you can understand that one. But yeah, overall, with the 2,000 Slayer points I actually have, should I be able to use them, or should I earn my Slayer points back, and should I spend the ones that I've actually got? So obviously, I will have to slay. I think it's around, to skip a task, it's 30 points. It might be 35, actually. I think, no, it's 30. And obviously, I can buy Slayer Dark Runes with those points. But with the 2,000 points I've got, should I be allowed to skip tasks with them, or should I just completely get rid of them and start again with the points that I should be earning already from the quest? So there's a terrible herb switch. Let's pretend it never happened. But yeah, following my, I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's still say Ugun. I don't think it matters how I pronounce it, but let's say the Juju farming potion. That's even longer. But yeah, I farmed some of those. I get really bad luck when I farm herbs from Herbal Habitat. Like, I use my Juju, I use everything I do when I'm getting my Snapdragons, and I don't get the good ones. But going back to what I was talking about, the toad flaxes. The toad flax seeds are pretty much dirt cheap. I could buy 1,100 of those for like so cheap, and my bank would never change. It really, I would not notice that, because that's like maybe a mil leaving my bank. I don't know, probably 2 mil max. Snapdragons, I'm gonna need to spend maybe 40 mil to make a 30 mil profit. So toad flaxes, it's probably the same profit overall, so it doesn't make the hugest difference, but it's a bit cheaper. So I'd like to say, I think that was actually me selling my, yeah, this is me selling my, I believe I was in, yeah, this is the point where I was inactive. I was pretty busy over a fair few days, so I didn't actually have time to log on to actually do anything for the series. So all I did was log on and actually do my dailies. So my dailies there stacked up a bit, and here's me selling my Broad Bolt tips to Arrowhead, sorry, to Alkin. I saved those up. Like, normally when I do my dailies, I just sell the 6,000 to the bank, but he's obviously banking 200 more Fletcher at the moment, so I thought I'd help him out a bit with the dailies. I'm probably going to do that until he has 200 more Fletcher bank. So every time I do sell him them, which will probably be in bulk, maybe like 40,000 plus 30,000-ish, I don't know, but it'll change around a bit. Then I will record that, of course, and then you'll be able to see that I did actually sell them to him. So anyways, here we go. I'm actually making myself some Slayer rings to go back to that Bloodfell task I believe I had. Now, people may say, why am I slaying, and why do I slay as I do? Like, as you can see, I'm using prayer potions and turmoiling my tasks. Pretty much, back in the day when my bank was maybe with 10 mil, I still power slayed. Slayer is the best skill in the game, in my opinion. Arguably, Dungeoneering might be more fun for me, actually. But I prefer Slayer. But overall, if I am power slaying overall, then I would like... I don't know, I mean... I need to slay fast. I can't not slay fast. But here we go. I get a clue. I get an Abbey Spectres task. Also, another great task is Abbey Spectres because I get loads of herb drops, which always add up. So something I'm also going to do is I'm pretty much going to keep my Slayer drops. I'm going to sell those, but the herbs I get, I'm going to let those stack up completely. And here we go. I actually did a Dagenham task. I decided to do it here, and I'm not sure why. I don't really want to invest in a cannon at the moment. Like that goes against what I just said. But as you can see here, this is actually my 450th task, and I got 90 points for this task, so I don't know if I should count those points to the series if I do actually start again, because that'd put me on something like, I believe it's 126 points already, so that's like 4 tasks able to skip. But I get another task here, and I get Ice Strike Worms, and I remember right now, I don't have my Necromancers, and I don't have my Chaotic Staff, so I need to earn those back. So, starting here, Dragon Impling, scouted by a subscriber. Once again, if you don't already know, if you ever spot a Dragon or a Kingly Impling, join my friends chat, or I ask a rank to PM me if I'm not in there, and tell me where it is. I'll come get it, and I'll pay you 60-40. Now, I think I actually forgot to pay him show the split. Nobody notices that spontaneous combustion, by the way. That floor was terrible, by the way. Everything was horrible. It's like 8 Primal Warrior Guardian Doors and just so many... Oh, just everything was terrible about it. But yeah, it kind of sucked. But I did die a fair few times, which kind of sucked. I mean, I do touch a survival pod my floors to try and keep the death slow to get more tokens, but sometimes it doesn't go well. So I was working on getting myself my Chaotic staff, but I didn't do it all the way throughout this episode. Don't worry, I think I left fairly soon. Like Dungeoneering, it does get boring if you try and do like complete bulk floors. It gets quite boring, but yeah, I will earn my Chaotic staff back. However, depending how long it actually takes, if I do get 75 attack before I get my Chaotic staff, then obviously I'll have the Staff of Light, which pretty much kind of makes the Chaotic staff obsolete, because the only thing I'd use my Chaotic staff for is obviously Ice Strike Worm tasks and PKing. And if I have a Staff of Light when PKing, I'm going to be definitely using that. And if I'm doing an Ice Strike Worm task, I'll probably be using my Staff of Light instead, because I think that saves me some runes. Now, I get another puzzle box here. This time I don't think I actually, yeah, I didn't actually show recording the whole thing. It's not really needed. So, anyways, here's a nice part of the series, which is kind of a change. But anyways, I get a clue at the Fishing Guild, and I haven't actually done Elemental Workshop Part 1. And I believe some things that people actually liked during my videos when I was actually working on my account, Clownfish, and I speedrun quests. So I decided to try and speedrun Elemental Workshop. It's kind of a short quest, but I did it in a time I believed a lot faster. Unfortunately, I did mess up halfway because I did forget to bring something, but I paused the recording, so pretty much you can work out how long it actually took me to do this, not including the fail. But I actually asked my last year to lend me some accounts. I might try and set a record for the fastest Elemental Workshop quest that I could possibly do. Like I think I hold the fastest Underground Pass quest record. No way, I don't think it's even possible to beat what I did. For anyone wondering, I did Underground Pass in 23 minutes and it was practically perfect. But here's where I messed up. I forgot my needle, so I paused the recording and went to get it, so kind of doesn't really lose much time there. But overall, it kind of ruined my quest. I could have done that quest in under 2 minutes if I didn't forget that, which kind of sucked. So that was kind of lame. But yeah, Underground Pass I probably hold the record for, so I'd love to set a record for more quests. I don't know if anyone's interested in seeing that, but I may try and go back and try to set a record for this quest. It's fairly easy, so it doesn't take up much time, and it's kind of maybe enjoyable to watch if I just did the whole quest in X1 speed, and it would take less than 2 minutes probably. But for anyone wondering how long it actually took me to do this quest, that was all on 2x speed, and if you watch, I did it in 2 minutes and 7 seconds, and that doesn't include the fails, so that is ridiculously fast in my opinion. Get a spin, lash the spin on, nice Hunter Lamp. Now people may say, why don't I actually I've covered that like a million times. I prefer the experience towards actually getting my, apart from these, I don't like dependents because I have to go out my way to earn that experience, so I will convert dependents. 15k isn't much, but it adds up, so it all helps. But yeah, going back to my clue scroll, I think I get the reward fairly soon. But clue scrolls are another great way for me to make some money on this series, because they are pretty much easy ways, not really easy ways, but a way that I can make some, well, if I get lucky, I can make some good money. Now, if I get a third age piece, I don't know. If I got a third age piece, I'd probably count it towards the series. But once again, like I did when I peaked at the edges, I'd probably spend it all in a VLS and just leave it in the bank until I actually get the attack level actually required to I don't know, use the thing, because overall, if I peak it, if I got a third age piece, that's 100 mil suddenly boosted. But of course, that's playing by the rules. I've gone out my time to do a clue scroll. If I get some absolute murderously high loot, like a third age piece, which is extremely rare, so even with the odds of that, it's going to be very low. But there we go, absolute bank loot clue right there. As I said in the other episode, good like 5,000, I don't even know how much I just made in real life right now, but I'm doing that clue scroll, so yeah. Anyways, I was rather frustrated. Like, to get a low clue scroll, it's not good business. I don't like getting getting a low clue score, but I don't mind. Clues are fairly rare to get good rewards from, so it doesn't matter. But anyways, we're going on to some PKing clips now. So I think people are still wondering when I'm actually going to create my first 70 attack commentary. I'd like to say now. I'm actually 71 attacking game, but it doesn't make the hugest difference. It's exactly the same. But here's a nice little risk that I did here. I actually ate a food, which makes my delays slow down, but I saw he was going to risk it, and I knew that because I only ate one food, I would get the first hit simply because he has a slower weapon, so I could actually risk that. And here I get Guast, unfortunately. Armored of Godsword. Pretty much, if I'm ever PKing in World 65 and 18, the ping on there makes it really difficult for me to actually PK in those worlds. Once again there, I was ready for him to risk it. When I saw he was going for the risk, so I ate the food. And luckily, poison and recoil kicked in and killed him, so that's kind of cool. But when I PK in 18 and 65, I lag quite a bit simply with ping, so I can't time things as well, which means I can't fight setups like range 2 Armored of Godsword. I'm going to die every single time, simply because as soon as I see that Godsword, they can spec me and it won't let me eat in time, and it's going to cause me to die a lot. And it does cause me to die a lot, and I get... It's really, really annoying when I die like that, so... Anyways, this is a deathmatch. I don't deathmatch defenders normally, but it was a really close fight. As you can see, I practically red barred him with the Wrath. It was a really close fight, so in my opinion, it was worth the deathmatch here. I also get Guast here. I didn't expect him to take that risk. If my DDS hit high, I would have saved that death, but obviously it didn't. So, anyways, something I've been trying lately is back in the day when people would PK, they would hover over the XP counter to find out if they should switch or anything, to actually try and see if they actually... Like, I don't know, I mean, it looks kind of cool when people do that, but overall, it's kind of like, I cut the clips down, so obviously you're not going to see much of it, but it was something I was going to try and do to actually, just to hold you up here, 2.5 mil class, such a huge boost there, that was so amazing to PK right there, but overall, it's really difficult to do, I can't time, another one, look, watch this, look, Phoenix Necklace, Rocktail Brew, dead, what? Can you... Why would it do that to me? I would have survived that, and I probably would have killed him as well. But no, I die. I don't know, but yeah, I die a lot to ping. It's quite annoying. You may say that I'm trying to put excuses to my deaths, but I notice it instantly. As soon as I realize I'm dead and my Rocktail didn't eat, the first thing that comes to mind is like, another death to ping, oh well, and it's really frustrating. Now, of course, I may kill people to ping as well, but it really annoys me when I die because my food doesn't eat in time. That's why I love the Crucible, because if I click my food, it eats perfectly in time. There's just no excuses for my deaths in the Crucible. It's my fault, I die, really, so... Anyways, getting into this fight, another nice combo coming up. Anyways, I put the XP counters back on because I believe if I actually went down to using the... hovering over my XPs, it would be really difficult to do things that I like to do, such as like venge combos. And for no wondering, I didn't get the loot, and someone actually came and looted it. Although, wait, and there, I'm going to slow this clip down because I got murdered here. This is just the definition of beatdown. Look at that, bam. That's like 670 life points dropped off, and he was a main. That's the worst thing. But anyways, that guy completely destroyed me. But I did prior to that fight, I hit 0 every single hit before I maxed on his bench. It's the usual death of my life. But anyways, I got a bit bored, kind of rage PK at this point because I died a lot in this video, and I died a lot in the same. This is all in the same day, I'm pretty sure. So I got my Tokok Cal out and some max strength gear to test the whip out with that gear, and it was kind of cool. I mean, I was in a non+1 world. Once again, like I said, I can't PK in the pings on those worlds, so I had to go to... I'm forced to go to a non+1 world, but... yeah, here I can PK fine. But once again, watch this clip. This is ridiculous. Like, watch this. Look, just wait a second. Look, 1,013 life points I'm on. Slight spoiler to what's going to happen, but put down to 710. Gmals twice, and bam, Guast again. It was not a good day of PK for me. So I lost my Tokok Cal, my Berserker Ring imbued, and my Dragon Skim. So that, my whip, so that pushed me down quite a bit in the bank, but I rebought it. Just wanted to get back into like, I don't want to keep these things down, so I went to mobilizing armies, and once again I went and imbued my ring. So I keep track of my points on here. I'm not going to bother putting every game that I need to. Everyone knows that I'm not doing the cheating things anymore, so I just played the last game I needed. But there we go, that's me. Now I could cheat if I wanted to, but you know I'm not going to. So plus you can actually see my current reward credits change. My current reward credits will change, so that can also back me up there if needed. Now, people say they get annoyed when I try and, like, do this. The main reason I go back and, like, maybe apologize for things or cover things is simply just to save time in the comments section. Like, if I say it in the video, most of the time it will save, like, maybe 100 people commenting it, so you can kind of understand that. But, yeah, that's about it for this episode, guys. This has been episode 2. I really do hope you've enjoyed it. Now, as for live streams, I will get them out pretty much when I can get them out, so look forward to those. But apart from this, I have the clips for episode 3 recorded, so I'm going to edit this. Well, I'm going to render this one right after this one, but this series gets really good ratings, you know, so I think people are looking forward to it. So let's say if this video gets, what should we do here? Let's not go to 1,200 likes, I'll upload episode 3 today. And if not, I'll probably be up till about 1 AM, so you've got quite a while to choose this. But I'll upload episode 3 as well today if this video gets 1,200 likes. Entirely up to you guys, otherwise it will be uploaded tomorrow by default. But thank you for watching the video, guys, and I will see you all in the next one, whenever that is.